Okay, so in case you can't read it, thanks to my mirroring, this episode is called Nikola Tesla's Night of Terror. So this could go one of two ways for me. I really like Nikola Tesla as a historical figure, as even as a fictional figure in some of the things he's been in. I would say the last really excellent piece of fiction that used Nikola Tesla as a character was The Prestige, which, if you haven't seen that movie, I don't want to spoil anything, but suffice to say, he's a core piece of the plot of that movie. He makes an invention that a magician uses to pull off, like, basically the trick of his lifetime. And in that movie, he was actually played. Who played Tesla in that movie? He is deceased now. David Bowie. David Bowie played Tesla in that movie, and he was great. So also Hugh Jackman is the star of that, and Christian Bale is in it as well. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, if you haven't seen The Prestige, go see it. But now we're gonna watch Doctor Who. He was not the best public speaker. This is true.
I promise you, very generator.
Whoops.
Cologne.
Yeah, this was the focus of a lot of the mudslinging against Tesla, was that his inventions were dangerous. But he kept the object. Oh, it's the doctor.
Oh, hi. I don't suppose you've seen anything weird around here. I'll take that as a yes. Tesla.
Whoops.
I knew you looked familiar.
You abducted Tesla accidentally.
Who?
Nicholas Summon.
Why'd she call him a liar? I like the gang and all their period costumes. It's pretty good. What's this shadowy threat gonna be? Well,
Silurian blaster. Now technologies, new skyscrapers. More
she
people
said
getting rich,
modern
making more
world,
poor
like,
people than ever before.
I guess the Doctor has spent most of their time on Earth in the 20th century, so.
Central Park? Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. This is the mudslinging I was talking about earlier.
Protesters.
He was a notorious shut-in as well.
This is gonna be something special.
I can't believe she's never been there.
Tree before it happens. Before you have X-rays.
Yeah, he didn't really get any, like,
Before you have
a lot of
drones,
money or credit for
Tesla's
what he was
automatons.
doing
Before
during his lifetime.
Marconi gets the patent for radio on that. I've no idea.
It probably has some technological information that they want.
Enter.
I have my moments.
I knew it.
That's right, she did make her own Sonic this time.
Feels, you know, when dangerous or mad.
So prove them wrong.
He was a little bit mad.
Sir, this was
My career.
Edison champions a radical
Yep.
form of electric current to Mr.
The,
Tesla's
the
AC.
current war.
Direct current, of course, he would champion.
Visit to Mr. Thomas Edison.
Wow, we're gonna get the whole shebang in one episode, huh?
AC is the.
He's got it in the jacket like, hey.
Let's take this inside.
Uh-oh. Oh, he didn't know it was alien.
This in my life. Is it your design?
The only difference between Tesla and Edison was a better businessman. That's the reason why he's celebrated, and most people don't know who Tesla is.
American sense of humor.
Wow, that's a dig. Whew. We get it, UK. We get it.
Imagine if.
That's the wireless electricity
wherever
project.
you were able to hear.
No one is, like, wondering about this stranger in the middle of their lab in a cloak.
In here.
Ryan's always ready to shoot first, ask questions later.
He's a real Harold Green. Whatever's chasing us.
So it's copying
it's
them.
projecting his image and using it. Using energy waves to work out what's around you.
Yeah, you shouldn't tell him that.
I've been working on a similar theory.
Oh, that's really creepy. Very good makeup job. Whoa! Oh! That is rather disgusting. They know to take prisoners now, too.
We're dead.
Whoa, what? Whoa! Once again, Yaz getting teleported somewhere, away from the group. So, do they want him to make inventions for them? Like, what other reason could they want Tesla? Whoa!
Really, high-speed inventing is one of my specialisms.
Ooh, you brought Edison onto the TARDIS, huh?
First time here can be a lot.
I wonder,
certainly
has
is
she met
a
Edison
lot.
before, though? I think the Doctor has
You
met
take it in
Edison
your
before.
stride. Where do you even made what had seemed like impossible things?
See, I don't know much about her. I'd have to look
Now,
into see
something
her
normal.
history.
Steady.
So they didn't even come for the orb. That was just a red herring MacGuffin.
Or some kind of,
Of course. That's why they left it behind. It's been hacked.
Interesting, he would say, Britain is a country who's never understood business, considering that they basically conquered half the world to extract goods from them. I think they understood it better than anybody.
Stop broadcast.
It came to Tesla because he had the best ideas.
Found what it's been looking like. Anything. Be anywhere.
This is a very strange plot, right? Because why would an alien race who has space technology need Nikola Tesla unless, like, they somehow got stranded? But then, even then, why would they need his knowledge? Like, they should have knowledge far in excess of the human race at this point.
No trail.
Yep, and actually, this site was recently bought by a fundraiser to be turned into a Tesla museum.
Mr. Tesla
It was
started
in danger of
transferring all
being
of his work to Wardenclyffe months
destroyed.
ago. He
I think
intercepted
actually the
Mars
Oatmeal,
signal with
the
this.
online comic, spearheaded
Calls it
that.
his Tesla scope.
Because you're a genius doesn't mean you have to figure everything out on your own. We're in this together.
That's a good line.
No, I won't.
The makeup job on her is very good. Nope,
I knew I had one in my
don't die,
toolbox.
Yaz. The death flags have been high for her.
Mark III. Found it at a bazaar.
Why didn't they just bring the TARDIS there?
I mean, I'm messy, but this. You guys
The
all
Doctor is quite messy.
Better now you're here.
right? Of warp drive.
Oh, they don't know
Is
what
there
they're
a single
doing.
thing on this ship that you
Just play along until your thing recharges.
stolen?
We required an engineer. Tesla. Phew. I didn't know it worked.
He didn't know it worked. Whoops.
The Skithra.
The camera.
Bingo.
It's a camera. That was hilarious.
Mr. Tesla.
It's where you're all going.
Let's see this. Get in! It's always good to see an inventor get in the TARDIS.
The internal dimensions transcends the external.
It's bigger on the inside, is what he meant.
And you and your friends will die first.
Nope.
This is the choice you must. Or the Earth.
Well, she can't give them Tesla because he has a set future.
Now no one will ever know.
Yeah, that was supposed to be his wireless power transmission device.
You must all go.
My magnifying transformer pumps millions of volts into this tunnel. The current races down.
I love how Edison's in the background, so he can't see.
And then bounces back.
Wi-Fi?
But with enough
Well,
power.
he didn't want to use it for the same
Used
thing,
to
but
send
yeah.
A single bolt of lightning. Please move inside. Everybody inside.
How would you convince people?
Nobody listening to me. Is it Jackson?
It was effective. Well. Brian and Graham are always like the gadget team. When a gun pops up in Doctor Who, it will always be used at an inopportune time. It's like a rule of Doctor Who. Well, alien scorpions in New York. But nobody saw it because they all went inside, right? Wait, did they actually die?
We are.
You got about 30 seconds.
This ain't our fault. You're not helping, Ryan.
We've never been to a rodeo ever in our lives.
Ready?
Sorry. That's an American thing. Do British people even say that then? interesting thought.
It's working.
The TARDIS doesn't have enough energy to run the shield and the tower.
Nearly there.
Like I said with Doctor Who, sometimes you have to just be like, okay, show. Okay. If you blast the ship, at least they can't destroy, like, everything. Well, we're lucky that didn't take out Edison.
Aren't you? Just the desperate
That's a
hope you would
really good
change
makeup
my
job.
mind.
Like,
Now we're well
kudos,
past
show.
that. I gave you. No one will even know you existed.
This is such a weird thing for the Doctor to
It's
say.
important you understand. Please. Have you ever seen a dead planet?
Yeah.
I've seen more than you can possibly imagine.
And yet you
If
still
that was
think I can be
Capaldi, we
fooled
would
by
have
the
just got
same
like a
trick
30-second
twice.
speech about it.
And what were you planning to do with this?
That's a teleporter. She's gonna teleport her back onto the ship.
Nothing, I just wanted you to take it.
Boom! Oh, they ran rather than stay and get destroyed. I like it when this TARDIS is blue on the inside. It looks really pretty.
Perhaps. How could I stop now?
Once you have your vision in your head, how can you give it up?
You too.
The funding. Tesla's towers just saved the world. That's gotta mean rich
Nope.
and famous.
No.
Doesn't
nothing's
change a thing.
changed. A few years from now, we're connected world, and that idea starts here with
It's
him.
really only
That's
modern
not
people
right.
who have really
People should
appreciated
know.
how much
Either
he
way,
gave the
it
world.
doesn't change what he's done.
Thank you all.
I like how he's kind of
Don't give
awkward,
up.
because that is
Whatever
how
anyone
Tesla
says.
was known to be.
Well, let them. And the future is mine.
It is a little bit of a heartbreaking story. Well, that was a decent episode for a one-shot. I usually don't like historical, like strict historical stories in Doctor Who, but the subject matter was pretty good. We got to use like Tesla's invention in a weird way. I'm glad Edison was also in it, because the story of those two is so interlinked. It'd be weird if they hadn't at least mentioned him. The alien race, the minions looked just so, but the queen looked really good, and there were a lot of like nice tight close-ups on her face to show off that prosthetic job, which was really good. Other than that, solid episode. The companions didn't have like a lot to show off, but that's what you get in the historicals. You get the historical characters doing a lot more of the heavy lifting. So yeah, pretty good. I would definitely call it better than last episode for sure. So that's good. Let's keep that train going up.